That's right. We're down here in Texas, and I'm pretty excited. I've been down here with the Marine Corps League National Convention, as you saw in that intro. It was not the normal intro, so I apologize. But we got the crew here, and we got a special guest. I'm excited about this one. I think you guys will get a lot out of it. But before we get into the episode, are you enjoying the podcast? And make sure you go to the website. That's thelostart.podbean.com. Go check us out. See what we're all about. There's a couple ways you can help support us. You can go to that website. There is a one-time donation link. You can become a patron. That's a monthly donation. You can just go purchase us some cool gear to help advertise for us. And if you want to advertise your business or something of that nature on the podcast, you can do that. So just go to the website, click on those tabs, and it'll take you where you need to go. All right, big shout out to the Till Valhalla Project, man. They're out there. They do amazing things. I encourage you all, go check them out. If you can support them, buy you something, help support them in what their mission is. It's incredible. Go out, check them out, read up on them if you don't already know. And that's tillvalhallaproject.com. Are you a Marine veteran? Are you missing that bond you had on active duty? Then I have a place for you. Join the only congressionally chartered Marine Corps Veteran Service Organization, the Marine Corps League. Get that brother and sisterhood back in your life. Become one of the fewer, the prouder, a Marine Corps League member.
Literally the very first one.
All right, we are back. We are going to go around the country. All right, we're back here. I got the crew here. I got our special guest. This is Jerry. We're going to go around here and see how everybody's doing around the country. So, Mark, how you doing over there?
I'm doing outstanding out here in sunny Southern California. The weather's perfect. Not too much, no humidity to speak of. Hasn't been too hot, and it cools down nice at night. And if it wasn't for the 3 Ps out here, politics, politicians, prices, we'd be set.
You'd be in heaven. You'd be in heaven. I like it. Cool. All right, Mike, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Andrew. Here in Southwest Georgia, can't complain. It's been a decent work week. I can't, weather's been kind of here or there, hit or miss, rain, but it hadn't been ungodly hot, so I can't complain. Everything's good.
Yeah. You've been traveling a lot. It's surprising to see you there with the background of your house. I mean,
yeah.
We haven't seen that in a little while.
Yeah, I'm at home, and I got my dogs running around in the background there. You'll probably hear them.
That's okay.
Duking it out. They're going to sit there and fight at some point in time.
I won't have my cats tonight. I'm not going to have my cat. So
you're not going to have cat?
No, cat's not here. Maybe won't climb up on top of me and on my shoulders. So you're going to have to just go without tonight,
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Well, let's say hi to Jerry here. Jerry, I met him down here at the Marine Corps League convention. And somebody brought him over and was like, you've got to talk to this guy. And I was like, okay, yeah, sounds good. So he started telling me about what he does, which is absolutely incredible. It's called the Dover Detail. And I'm not even going to say anything about it. I'm going to let him do it. But how you doing, man?
Doing well. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is a good forum to be on.
Yeah, I like it. Well, I guess let's jump into it. Tell us a little bit about what the business is, or not business. What would you call it? Service. Tell us what that service is, and then kind of when it started and how it started.
Well, back in March of 21, we were presented with an opportunity to help out a Marine that passed away in a nursing home with no family. It should be known that we own a thrift store. So this is the last place that you would think any of this would pop up from, but here we go. The funeral director put out word that they needed a motorcycle escort, they needed flag folders, they needed Patriot Guard or somebody to do the rifle volley, all of that stuff for an honors funeral. So everybody agreed. She sent out a thank you note. And the one thing I noticed in the thank you note was thank you to the nurses for the clothing. So first thing that came to mind was you misspelled uniform. But you know, that's I wound up calling the funeral director and asking her, and she said that the nurses at the nursing home actually went out and bought him a leisure suit because nobody else knew what to do or what the man's history was, anything like that. Right. So they did the best that they could with the knowledge that they had. Okay. We had 48 hours to get this Marine's uniform done. He was 1960 to 64, Vietnam. At the time, he was private first class when I got a hold of the thing. And it took us about 48 hours, and my wife and I split up between 4 counties, and we were able to actually get the uniform done, completed on time. And that resulted in this Marine going from not knowing exactly how everything was going to work out to a full honors burial. So He had a motorcycle escort from the funeral home all the way to, it was probably about 45 miles away from where, you know, the trip started. He had, we actually had a caisson that drove him up. So we had that going for him. The Marine Corps League did the flag folding, and Patriot Guard Riders did the rifle volley. And all of this was contingent on whether or not he was able to get a uniform. So once we supplied that uniform, that tripped everything else into place. The last thing that we had an issue with on that one was they needed somebody to accept the flag. And since this Marine had no relatives, I raised my hand, said, I'm a Navy guy, so we're long lost cousins. I'll go ahead and accept it. And later on, through a misunderstanding, the nurses were sitting beside me, and they thought I was actually related to this Marine, and I wasn't. They were pissed that this relative is there to accept the flag and didn't show up for a year and a half. The man was in the nursing home. Wow. So I went ahead and presented them with the flag, told them to take it back to the nursing home because that was his family, and they needed to go honor that Marine with that flag at that nursing home. After that, the funeral director told me that there is more civilian clothes in any national cemetery than there are uniforms because all the families, they don't know what to do. They don't know where to go. Right. They don't know what to get. And even if they are lucky enough to find it, it's going to take forever because you're not going to find everything in one place. You're going to have to go to multiple locations to find all this stuff. Unless you're like me and you build it for exactly that purpose. So whenever I get one thing, say I have to go out and buy a patch, always get 2 because I used one, and now that I've used one, I'm going to need to use the second one at some point. Right. So let's just go ahead and get the backup there. And we went from March of 21 to Private First Class Julius Thompson to now we're at number 160, and we have shipped out all over the country. Every uniform that we have done, there has never been a charge or a price tag on it. There is a value that we assign of approximately $2,000 per uniform if you had to go buy it new, and then have to take it and have it tailored, put everything on, have somebody that knows what they're doing to apply all the medals, ribbons, collar devices, everything else. Right. And this is something that a family really shouldn't have to go through when they're grieving the loss of their veteran. So we come along and we take that off of their shoulders. And we will even take it right down to having a brand new name tag made for the uniform. So if we ship it, when they open it up, it's that veteran's uniform, not just anybody's uniform. Right. Man, that's amazing. And I imagine, you know, being when my dad, we put him to rest, he didn't have a uniform. And I didn't even really think about it. I didn't think about that being an option. You know, and that maybe that's something that I should have thought about, but I most definitely did not. Well, doing what I do, one of the little catchphrases I use is, if you're thinking about getting a uniform, you've already waited too long. Okay. You have three major reasons why a uniform isn't around anymore, and that's fire, flood, and ex-wife. All right. All three will destroy a uniform should they get in the mood. All right. Or we kept eating and we didn't look at the Jenny Craig manual on how to stay fit for our uniform, so we outgrew it. If we have enough time and we have enough the ability to work with the veteran, we have no problems with them coming by our shop and actually getting fitted and doing it ahead of time. We have done uniforms for first salutes. We actually did our second uniform for a first salute not too long ago, where grandson was graduating Fort Bliss out in Texas, and he wanted his grandfather, who's a Master Chief Fire Control Technician from the Korean Wars, to give him his first salute. And when you think about it, and I've got pictures of this, he's wearing his Korean War uniform. The Army just went to the old pinks. They brought them back.
Oh, so
I have a picture of both of these two wearing the exact same era uniforms.
Wow.
2 generations apart, going to the parade grounds and getting this picture taken.
That is incredible.
That doesn't happen if we didn't build that Master Chief's uniform.
Right.
And if you know anything about uniforms, all of his patchwork was bullion. I gave him the badass wire stuff, not the thread. But we are able to match vintage eras.
Oh, wow.
We had a guy by the name of Joseph Belafontaine. He was part of the 515th Parachute Company in the Battle of the Bulge. 15 members of his unit went in, only 2 made it out, and he was one of them. So he did all that and then made it to the ripe old age of like 102, and then his family asked us to do his uniform. The only problem was his division patch was outdated, and the only 2 patches left were in his shadow boxes. So we had the family take digital pictures of them, and then I took them to an embroidery shop that I work with, and they reproduced patches that were 70, 80 years old, and we were able to hook the family up with that. So we pay real close attention to detail, and we go all out. Our uniforms are supposed to look like you just pulled them out of the closet. So they're not going to be dry cleaned. We're not polishing the brass. The ribbons might be a little faded, a little stained, a little fluffy around the edges, like they were fraying out. But that just means that there's character and there's miles on that uniform. There is no honor in me going to a base, grabbing uniform, ripping it out of the plastic, and just slapping it together. Nobody earned anything there.
Right.
But when we're able to take a World War II victory medal that was earned by somebody that was actually there and with that war, and being able to put it on another veteran who lived long past that time, and it was earned by another member of that branch, it wasn't something we went to an Army Navy surplus store and bought a replica of. These are all the real deals.
Yeah. Now, when you're getting ready to do this, and obviously you have to get the uniform items, you have to do all this. How are you guys actually doing it? Is somebody giving you some material, like giving you uniforms?
Right now I have a locker with about 500 complete uniforms from all branches locked away. And the way it works, and I don't mind saying, I'll guilt shame the shit out of people. Right? If you're on Facebook trying to sell a uniform and I come across it and you're close to me, I'll ask you if you want to donate it for funeral purposes, and let's see how you answer that one. Nice. Okay? But it works. People didn't know. And a lot of people don't know that there's somebody that's actually doing this.
Right.
So once they do know, they're like, what's your address? And then they'll even pick up the postage for shipping it to us.
That's awesome.
I also put a bounty out on this stuff. Remember, I run a thrift store. So I tell all my shoppers, if you're out in another thrift store and you see a uniform hanging somewhere, get it, bring it to me. I'll either give you the cash that you paid for it and take it off your hands, or we can do some horse trading for whatever I have in the store.
Very nice.
That way you're not feeling like you're left with something out of your pocket. A lot of people, they do the right thing and just donate it because it's the right thing to do.
Right.
Okay. That stolen valor is nothing that anybody should be playing with. And I absolutely do not allow that with anything that I have. So you got to show me DD-214s. You got to show me a VA ID card. Family's got to dig out all the glamour shots, like when you're reported to a new command.
Right.
You got all your stuff all showing and everything. All of that stuff that I can use when it comes down to actually redoing these uniforms.
Wow.
So, but there's a lot of vetting going on, because absolutely you will not get your hands on anything from me if you did not earn the right to have it.
Yeah, I like that. And as it should be.
As it should be.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, do you work with like DC and everybody up there that's doing?
It's funny you should say that. We're actually trying to get legislation done. I've had talks with both Rick Scott and Corey Mills. And we're trying to get legislation done to where right now your burial benefit, if you go through the whole list, you got, it'll pay for 7 people from that branch's national, their guard or whatever it is, to come out and do the honors detail.
Right.
Okay. They'll pay for the flag. They'll pay for the rounds and the rifles. They will pay for, on nationalarchives.gov, you can go get that duplicate set of medals.
Right.
All right. But what's the point in having all that if you don't have a uniform to put any of that on?
Makes sense.
Why? So a lot of people don't know this, and some people think that the VA already takes care of this, and they don't. But what most of the public isn't aware of is we were never issued anything. We bought everything.
Yeah.
We had to pay for each one of our uniforms, no matter how much they cost. That was on us. So as far as I'm concerned, they can be on the hook for one. And it's the one that matters the most. And that's to lay this man to rest, this man or woman to rest for the final time. And
Absolutely.
That's when they should be on the hook for that one.
Yeah. So, and you're trying to work through the legislation to get that going. Where do you see if there's an average Joe Blow out there like me, and I'm saying, okay, what do you need me to do to help?
Well, normally when you get people like me on and stuff like this, first thing they do is do this number.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm different. I don't want your money. I don't want your cash. I would rather you give me the pair of trousers I need, or the collar devices I need, or the patches I need to get the job done, and trust me to get them where they need to go. Okay. When we do this, we mean it. The family always asks, how much is this going to cost? And the next sound you hear is a thud, because I just told them that this doesn't cost anything. There is no charge. And then they drop the phone.
Yeah.
This is the one point in their lives where they don't need to be hit with another bill. All of our uniforms are donated to us for that purpose. Therefore, no money should be made off of any of this stuff ever. And the only time we really need anything at this point is for shipping. So sometimes the family wants to pay for the shipping. Sometimes the family can't afford to pay for the shipping. Either way, it's not going to matter. We're not going to allow that funeral to go down without that uniform being there. So
I like that.
We ship everywhere. And I will tell you this, and this was a fun one too. We actually have a Medal of Honor uniform in Williamsburg, Kentucky City Hall. Now you're going to ask, how did we pull that one off? Okay. We have a Marine Corps League member that moved to Williamsburg and discovered that they had a MOH recipient, and this guy had nothing, no road name for him, none of that stuff at all. So he gets to work, he gets the road done. Then he goes to City Hall and asks them for some space in their lobby to do a presentation for Lance Corporal J.C. Paul. They say, sure, whatever you want to do, just make sure it's tasteful. Okay, fine. So he contacts the family and manages to get them to requisition the duplicate set of medals, which also included a Medal of Honor.
Wow.
Then they did some legalities and managed to get the Medal of Honor put into the custody of the City Hall for display purposes
Oh,
for
wow.
that Lance Corporal. Now, once all that was secured, our Marine up there put the word out he needed a uniform, and he didn't say what it was for. Okay. So he says, all we need is just make sure we got Lance Corporal stripes. These are the amount of hash marks we need, and then the gloves and all the other stuff that went with it.
Right.
And I had no idea the Medal of Honor was coming. He gets the box 15 minutes after it's out of the box. He's shooting me a picture, sending it to me with a Medal of Honor wrapped around the throat.
Wow.
So what to take from this? And this is going to get you. Somewhere there is a Lance Corporal that donated his blouse, had no idea that a Medal of Honor was going to be hanging off of it in a city hall. Somewhere somebody donated a pair of trousers, same thing. Same thing for the duty belt, same thing for the gloves, same thing for the cover, same thing for all of that. Nobody knew that a Medal of Honor was going to be put in with the items that they donated. But my point is this: it takes the entire Corps in this case, or it takes the entire Navy or the entire Army or the entire Air Force to back up that one individual that we need to honor and lay to rest for the last time.
Yeah, man, it's such an honorable thing that you're doing. And I think that if we can get the legislation to go through and to be able to get that, man, that's going to be huge in order to do it. And then we just need more individuals like you across the nation to be able to put them together and put them wherever they need to go.
Well, I did get wind of one, and I don't know if it's called a backhanded compliment or whatever, but the last 4 uniforms that we've dealt with, people have called the VA thinking that they would supply the uniform.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how it happened, but all 4 times the VA says, well, we don't do that, but we have the number to a guy down in Florida that does. But stop and think about this for a minute. Everybody feels the VA should be the ones doing this.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that say when they deflect and say that a private citizen is doing more for our veterans than we are?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
So all they have to do is on the hook for one.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I've even got a system laid out for them. Every state in the country has a base for each branch.
Yeah.
Agreed? Every one of those bases is going to have one building that's completely empty and has nothing but trash, garbage, or being used for storage.
More than likely, I would agree with that.
So you clean it out and you build the Foot Locker in this building for, we'll call it Marines. Okay. Mm-hmm. So we got a Marine Corps base. Everything Marines is in this room.
Right.
Okay. You then put the Honor Guards barracks into the same building.
Okay.
Because who knows better on how to properly fit out a uniform for wear than the Honor Guard?
Yeah. Absolutely.
And then the same guy who's going to bring the telegram to the family when somebody passes can also be the one to take that uniform that's completed to the funeral home.
Right.
So all of the services are there. All the materials are there. You just have to reallocate function. Mm-hmm. But it's all there, and it can be done. Mm-hmm. And it's just one uniform.
True. Yeah. I mean, they should be able to do that, I would think.
You would think.
Yeah. So if you're out there and you're a politician and you're in Congress or something of that nature, and you just happen to find this podcast right here, help us out. You know, if you're out there and you know some of those guys, maybe they can help push that and put the bug in people's ears. That way we can get this going. But man, what you're doing is fantastic. Is there anything else you want to talk about with it?
I would just say consider this for everybody thinking this is a huge task. You're talking to one guy and probably 2 other people over the last 4 years that have covered the entire country without any backup, without anybody else doing this. So don't think that it can't be done, because we're already doing it with no grant money, and that's something else. We don't apply for grants. Everything we do comes out of that thrift store. We prefer to earn our way than to take in other people's money. All right. So that needs to be addressed. And think about what would happen if people with more resources, more money, more access to more uniforms than what I've got. Think about if one person per state actually took that up.
Right.
Nobody would be needing a uniform ever again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So with that in mind, I mean, I was grateful to get this time on your show, and thanks for giving me the forum to put it out there.
Oh, absolutely.
And any questions, this guy here has my information. If you need to ask him something, he can always forward it to us. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. Mike, do you guys got any questions or comments?
I had to go in and out a little. Did the address of your thrift store get published so we can send stuff?
Yes, sir. I'll make sure he gets it.
Okay.
We do have people from all over the country that I've never talked to. I'll just get 2 boxes of uniforms, show up. People just found the address, didn't tell me they were coming. They just show up, and those are the best ones. But, we don't care if it's dammits. And anybody that had to ever mess with them knows what a damn it is.
Yeah.
We don't care if it's the patent leather shoes. We don't care if it's a ribbon rack. The one things that you might have to give us might be the one thing that we needed to finish off the next uniform.
Right.
Yeah.
So we accept any and all.
I'll make sure that whenever we post this, we put that the address and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So we can put your contact info in it as well.
Yep. And the phone number that's with my contact info is actually a cell phone number. So if people need our services, they can text me copies of DD214s, pictures of shadow boxes, anything that might help us nail down every last little part and piece. And then once we're done, we just go ahead and delete all that. We don't need to keep it. And I would say to anybody out there viewing this right now, if you're going to send me a copy of your DD214, feel free to redact your social security number. I don't need that. I don't need to know where you went when you got discharged. So any of your personal information, we don't need it.
Right.
We need to know dates and, service. We need to know your rank. And of course, everything in block, I think it's 13 or 14 for all the awards, medals, and everything else. And we're able to take all that. We have a program that we use. We put everything in there, and then it spits everything out in proper precedence, plus gives us a picture of what the rack would look like.
Oh, wow.
So we can actually build it and just put it right there.
Anybody fly in?
So now it's like where it used to take me almost a week to do a uniform. Now it takes me a matter of hours because I know what I have in the closet. Sometimes I don't know exactly where it is. But I can tell you that we have accepted 160 requests, and we have completed 159 requests. One is working right now.
Wow.
But we move mountains to make sure all this stuff is gotten and had at the ready. I mean, for instance, an Army infantry soldier's hat box will have the hat. It'll have the device with the blue disc around it. It'll have the collar devices with the blue discs. It'll have the blue shooting cord. It'll have the CIB. Actually, it'll have all 3 versions of the CIB all in the box. Same thing with the Marines. The gloves, the white belt, all 3 waist plates. We put everything together, so no matter what we need, when we grab that box, we know it's going to be in there.
Wow.
So it's we're still learning. We named it Dover after Dover, Delaware, because if you ever watch a movie called Taking Chance, that'll give you a really good idea of what we do. Yeah. And I saw you nod your head. So if you remember the one scene in the movie where they got the waist plate and the Dremel and they're sitting there polishing it, that's where we start. Yeah. That's where we're at, is getting all the parts together.
Andrew and I actually know Chance Phelps. We knew him in Iraq in 04.
Well, I saw that movie, and anytime somebody asks us what we do, we don't even try to describe it. We just say, watch this first.
Yeah, absolutely.
It will turn everybody into a pile of mush. I guarantee it.
That's true.
Every single
Yeah.
time.
Very true. Yeah.
Well, I thank you for what you're doing. I just, you know,
It's amazing.
it's amazing,
Yep.
unbelievable.
I and some days I still look at it like, how in the hell did I pull this off? You know, we just finished whatever one it was. It's done. It got done in a whirlwind amount of time. And I just stopped questioning it. I just take it, go with it, and if we're pulling off, we pull it off.
Yeah.
But it's just something that needs to be done. I'm hoping to get more people around the country involved. I don't care who wants to pitch in and help, but find me somebody on the West Coast.
Oh yeah.
And then we'll split the country in half.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
You know, or find one in each corner. You know, and we can do that. But that would just cut down on the amount of shipping time between the day that we get the request and then the day it arrives.
Right.
So,
wow.
But thank you for the time
and man.
for the
Absolutely.
platform. I appreciate it.
So just real quick, the website, www.thedoverdetail.org. And then his email is thedoverdetail@gmail.com.
If the email address gets spit back to you, eliminate the word "the" and just go doverdetail@gmail.com. We've had some problems with
That's
providers.
good to know. Yeah,
So
that's good to know.
we don't want to miss out on it. But we also have Facebook pages for Dover, and we try to post every uniform that we do. There's a Marine here, a burn pit Marine here in Texas right now that's going through it, and his kids probably aren't watching this right now. But when we did this, we provided 3 burial flags with 3 sets of 3 rounds each, plus an identical ribbon rack, so that all 3 boys, when they lose their father, they will have everything they need to have their very own shadow box for him.
Wow.
That's awesome.
So we also do casket flags too. When we get a hold of those, no vet's going to mind if we honored another vet with them. So we make sure that those go where they are wanted.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
man, you're doing.
So you said you were a Navy guy.
I am.
Man, you just like Marine Corps, just good Lord.
When I joined, I hit a 95 out of a possible 97 on the AFQT. All right. So it wasn't, hey man, we want you to come join us. It was, see that Corvette I just pulled up in your driveway in? It can be yours if you join us. You know, that's what they were doing.
Yeah.
And I decided, because this is back in 85 and my old man just got out of Vietnam in 74. So I'm still kind of aware of stuff like that about that time.
Yeah.
And I decided that, because everything they were offering me was like top secret or above. And I'm like, if I don't like this, I don't want them having an excuse to drag me back in here.
Yeah.
All right. So they wanted to make me a fire control technician. All right. I'm like, I'm not fighting fires. No. You're pushing a button, launching a missile, and blowing up a city. Yeah, I really don't want that top secret clearance with that. All right. So everything had it. So I went for medical, because I figured as long as people are born, people are going to need to be taken care of. So you'll still get the knowledge and the training. The military hasn't always been around. Cars have not always been around. But as long as people are born, people get sick, people need to be taken care of. So that was my mode of thinking on that. And Navy actually had the best corpsman school out of any branch. So when I went in, the dental technician deal got me, because I wanted to get all the lab work, making all the fake stuff. Okay, I wanted to learn how to do all that.
Right.
So that's why I went dental technician, because I wanted to go with the lab. Now, if you know your history, the dental technician rating and the corpsman rating have been put together and split up, put together and split up a number of times. I am an OG dental tech. That means I was put in as a dental tech. I went to school for nothing but a dental tech and graduated as a dental tech. Not as a corpsman with a dental specialty.
Right.
So, that when we introduce ourselves, the OG has to come in there so that we know when, we got our educations. But I did all my clinics at Camp Pendleton, and I learned how to drink in Tijuana.
Nice. Nice. I'm going to have him on to tell a story at some point so we can hear all those details and all the fun stuff. So I'm excited for that.
The Tijuana one will be a good one.
Yeah. You know what? If you're willing, we are willing to go here and partake.
Off to Tijuana we go.
Okay.
All right. So here we are. We're in dental school, and we had just finished the section on dental x-rays. So you know how these x-ray films are. They jam them in your mouth, you gag on them, and you're trying to hold still while they're trying to take all your x-rays, and you got like 36 of these damn things you got to do. So they just finished up with that module, and they had trained us on how to relax throat muscles and train our patients how to relax so that they're not throwing up or they're not gagging, and we can get our job done. So off to Tilly's in Tijuana on Revolution Avenue we go. Now, Tilly's has this wonderful thing called an instant margarita. All right. Now, there's 2-3 different versions of an instant margarita. What I do know is that one bottle is nothing but tequila. Another bottle is salt water with some lemon juice squeezed into it. And the way it's made is you lay your head back, the 2 bottles go up and over, and they pour it right in down the throat, and that's how you mix your margarita.
Oh, God.
Now, in the United States, you do this at a bar, you make it to the count of 10, and you're good to go. All right, you're one hell of a drinker. That doesn't happen in Mexico. All right, first of all, the warning sign is, or a red flag is, the tablecloth that this guy is whipping around the top of his head while he's blowing the whistle, he's about to nail somebody else with this stuff. So they get you in the chair, they drape the tablecloth around your neck, and in this particular establishment, if you finish the bottle, it's free.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, now this guy has seen me in here before. I've already loosened up with a couple of daiquiris. I'm feeling good. And some chick that was trying to get a hold of me bought this thing for me and didn't tell me about it. So here comes Paco with his, tablecloth and blowing his whistle and everything. I'm like, oh, good. Somebody's about to get really messed up. And then he throws it around my neck. I'm like, shit. So, okay, here we go. Now, I know the rules. He knows the rules. He knows me. He had about half a bottle. He put the cork in the bottle, put it away, and went and cracked a brand new one open because he ain't getting a freebie off of me. All right. He didn't know that I knew the secret behind doing this now that I finished my x-ray lab, remember, back in school.
Okay.
So I know how to do this now. So he gets me in the chair. He's got me all the way back, and the word for open is Olos. So I hear Olos, and it's like that. And here it goes. So eyes are shut. Open my eyes. About a quarter of the bottle's gone. I don't feel a thing. No, there's no hotness in the mouth, no burning of the throat. God. Everything's just fine. I'm like, okay, cool. So close my eyes, go through it again. Now we're well past the halfway point. Still nothing. Everything's cool. I'm hearing people in the background going batshit crazy because they're not believing what they're seeing. And then I open up my eyes again and I look up and he's doing this number with the bottles, trying to get every last drop out of it. And I got the freebie, but now here's where it gets bad. Okay, the hand comes up underneath the tablecloth and flips it up over my head. Then they reach around like this, grab your head, and just shake the living shit out of it. It's all the alcohol straight to your brain.
Oh.
I got up once. I got up twice. I got up a third time. And the next thing I know, I'm waking up. It's Monday morning in the barracks back at 32nd Street Naval Base. There's a beer on my nightstand with a Post-it note says, "Drink me now." So it turns out a couple of my buddies stopped a cab on the way out of town. They saw me in the back of it, and it was heading for Cancun. Apparently, I got into it and said that Cancun must be really nice this time of year because that's where the driver was going to take me.
Oh my God.
It's a long way from Cancun to Tijuana. So I looked at the orders on the beer can. I went ahead and chugged that right away because you don't disobey an order on a Monday morning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then I didn't know any better, so I just went ahead and threw my shit on and went to class. And everybody thought they saw a ghost because nobody expected me to even be conscious at this time. And this is the days where we literally had a soda machine on the quarterdeck at the barracks that spit out beer.
Yeah.
You could get a Budweiser for 75 cents on the quarterdeck.
Yeah.
Right there.
And Mark remembers that, don't you, Mark? You're on mute.
It used to be 50 cents.
Yes, it did.
So I will say this, Sergeant Major, you're very aware of this, especially being in California for as long as you did. But this guy's the reason that we are not authorized to go into Mexico at any point in time over the weekend. I'm putting all the blame right here.
Well, it's because I exposed them. It wasn't really chiclets they were selling. It was mint flamer thermoplast.
Oh my God, that was good.
Yeah. Okay.
Gotta love it.
But I'm just going to say, man, this has been an absolute blast. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely.
Hopefully, yeah, we got some humor going on, but I mean, I could tell you all kinds of stories. Oh boy. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, that one, the Tijuana story, that was a good one. That was a good one. I had not touched tequila since. Period.
Yeah.
Never. No, absolutely not.
You're on your way to Cancun.
I still can't afford that place now.
Oh my God, that's great.
I promise you're not missing much. So you're good.
Probably not. Probably not.
All right. Well, you guys got anything you need to bring up or talk about?
No, man, it's awesome. I mean, I appreciate everything you're doing. And yeah, man, if there's anything, we can do or even think we can try to help
Uniform items.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, you go into an Army Navy surplus store and you're going to see a little basket marked 50 cents, and they're just going to be little ribbons that are all discolored and crap like that. But those are exactly the ones I want. I want ones that have mileage on them. I want ones that have traveled.
Yeah,
that's good.
There's nothing about brand new, shiny brass and everything else. I would rather have stuff that's been discolored and a little bit faded out.
Yeah.
Because that tells a story.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
And when you think about it, when you got all this stuff right here, all right, and you got a Vietnam service medal, well, that tells a story. That tells me you were in Vietnam. So everything on here is a story. This is your entire military career you wear on your chest.
Yeah.
And if anything, if you're proud of what you did, you absolutely would want to have that on you when you take that last ride. And that's what we're all about. We just want to make sure that everybody has that option. And if they can get a hold of us, then we're happy to send it to them. And, if people want to help, great. But if they can't, that's fine too, because we're still giving the stuff. We're putting it back to where it belongs. And the last possible thing it can be used for is for that funeral.
Yeah.
So that's what it's all about.
Man, it's incredible. Well, as we start to close out a podcast, we always do a thing here that we like to do. It's It's words of wisdom is what it's called. So we're going to go around and we're going to get some words of wisdom from everybody. I'll let Mike go first, and then you, and because Mark, he always pulls up last. He's telling Charlie because he's got the humdingers usually. So, but for everybody, we're going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and do words of wisdom. All right, Mike, what do you got for us?
I feel bad because I actually don't have anything to contribute. I mean, I'm sorry.
You should have just made something up.
Oh, when in doubt, I won't finish it. So
when in doubt, make it up.
yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry,
No,
I don't have anything tonight. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Oh man. All right. Words of wisdom. What do you got?
For every vet out there that has ever been said, thank you for your service, we have all been tongue-tied at how to respond to that. So please allow me. Somebody thanks you for your service, look at them and say, thank you for being worth it. Because if you took a breath out of your lungs to thank me or any of my brothers and sisters for what we did, you are the one that's worth it.
Dang, that's good. That's good. Dang, Mark, I'm sorry. This week's gonna be tough. I don't know.
Oof.
You bet.
I'm gonna quote a Marlboro veteran from a long time ago, but it holds true a lot of times today. God and the soldier we adore, in times of trouble nevermore. When the wrong is righted and the strife is over, when the strife is over and the wrong is righted, God is forgotten and the soldier is slighted.
That's good.
That was a quote from like the 1500s, I think.
No kidding. Wow. Holy cow.
But it holds true today. As soon as we put our butts on the line, and then they come back and we come back and they want to forget it sometimes when the whole thing is over.
Yeah.
Man, so true. So true. Well, hey guys, thanks for coming on and doing this. Much appreciated. It's always good to see you guys. And Jerry, thanks for coming on and doing this for us, showing us this. And this is a great project. If you're out there,
phenomenal
man,
what you do, Jerry. It's phenomenal.
Yeah,
Thank you, Jerry.
Wow.
Thank you.
And the best, we don't make any money off of doing this. We don't ask for it. We don't want it. Okay. But the best kind of repayment that I can ever get is what you gentlemen just did, is you recognize the need for it and you're willing to lend a hand or a voice to help keep it going, because there are so many people out there that gave up and just buried them in a leisure suit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not what they had envisioned when they signed that piece of paper, just like all of us did.
Right.
So
true.
Thank you for at least taking the time to hear me out. And if you wish to push it any further, write a letter to your own congressman in your own state. Normally, I'm telling everybody to write them just in Florida. No, screw that, man. It's nationwide.
Yeah.
This is a nationwide thing. So highly recommend that any people that you talk to write a letter to your congressman about what we do and say this is needed, no matter where you're at.
Yeah. And you can get more details at the website, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's thedoverdetail.org. And if you have questions, you can always email him, thedoverdetail@gmail.com, or if it doesn't go through for some reason, just doverdetail@gmail.com. So, but yeah, absolutely. You can do that. Hey, man, thanks. Truly appreciate it, man. It was great to meet you here. I'm having a blast down here. It's been a whirlwind, nonstop. I'm sore. I'm tired from talking. So my throat is sore, but whatever. All right. Hey guys, thanks again. Much appreciated. To all the listeners out there, if you're struggling, need help, anything like that, don't forget the VA has some great resources. You can always dial 988, press option 1. You can always text 838-255, or you can go to veteranscrisisline.net and click on that chat icon. Any of those options will put you in contact with somebody that can help you out. But remember, one veteran life lost is one too many. I care about you. I know Jerry cares about you. Mike and Mark care about you. The whole veteran community cares about you. So please reach out for help. And if you're out there, you're not struggling, reach out to the buddies you served with, ask them how they're doing. If they need that helping hand, please give it to them. All right, one last time, Jerry, Mark, Mike, thank you very much. You guys have a good one. And for all the listeners out there, stay motivated, change your socks.